through Friday from 9 to 6, Saturday from 10 to 6, and Sunday from noon to 6. Check our website at tasselridge.com. 2020 Iowa Reserve Marquette from Tassel Ridge Winery. Simply extraordinary.
It's a new year with an exciting new career opportunity. Michael Foods is hiring second-shift packaging and third-shift sanitation positions. They offer a competitive hourly wage, a $1 per hour differential on these shifts, plus full benefits including medical, dental, vision, life and disability insurance, paid time off, paid holidays, and a generous 401k match. Michael Foods also encourages career growth with a tuition reimbursement up to $5,250 per year. Apply today at michaelfoods.com or their facility in Lenox, Iowa.
Now it's time for the Iowa Lottery's Winning Minute.
A Northeast Iowa woman who won more than $19,000 said she had been eager for some good news.
And during this time, we have a massive plumbing leak in our kitchen from the upstairs bathroom. And so it came at the perfect timing.
Tanya Munkle of Cresto won a jackpot prize in the Cherry Twist Progressive Instaplay game. She bought her winning ticket at Cresto Mart.
The Cherry Twist jackpot starts at $2,000 and increases with every ticket sold statewide until it's won.
Tanya, a mother of 4, said she planned to put the winnings toward paying bills. She said her big win brought a huge sense of relief.
This made me really relieved that we're able to cover that without wondering if we're going to have a decent Thanksgiving or a decent Christmas.
Congratulations to Tanya and all of our winners. You can find more winners from across the state on our website, ialottery.com.
The Iowa Lottery, putting the woohoo into winning since 1985.
Thanks for listening to KMA 960 Shenandoah and KMA FM 99.1 Clarinda, Shenandoah.
This sporting event on KMA FM 99.1, brought to you by the KMA Sportscasters Club.
And a good evening and welcome in to KMA FM 99.1's coverage of the Corner Conference Tournament. It's the girls' portion of the final night of the Corner Conference Tournament. It's the third place game and the title game. In the third place game, the first one off is going to be Sidney and East Mills. It's the Sidney Cowgirls and the East Mills Wolverines. Sidney led by head coach Ashley Smith. East Mills led by head coach Alexis Moreno, and they are getting set for tip-off here. We will take a break for the national anthem. We'll be back in 60 seconds here on KMA FM 99.1.
What you'll hear from customers that choose Barrett Auto Center of Glenwood time and time again. Barrett customers come in for vehicles and service work, but they come back for conversation and honest advice. They want one of the largest pre-owned and fully serviced inventories in KMA land, and they return when they've gone elsewhere, and it just isn't the same. See and believe for yourself how little differences add up to a better car buying experience. Come back to Barrett's and Barrett'sAutoCenter.com.
Since 1892, Malvern Bank has been building community from 404 Main Street in Malvern, Iowa. For generations, Malvern Bank has been serving local businesses, families, and farms to help them achieve their goals in every step of their lives. From saving for college to planning for retirement and everything in between, Malvern Bank is your full-service community bank. Call, click, or stop in today to apply for an account, loan, or credit card. Malvern Bank, we build community. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Find your place at Northwest Missouri State University. From day one, experience a university like no other. In the classroom, you'll find career-ready academic programs and hands-on learning, not to mention championship sports teams and clubs. Find your passion and your people. Plus, textbooks and a fully loaded laptop are included in your tuition, with $19 million in scholarships and aid available. They also have a 97% placement rate. Visit nwmissouri.edu to apply today. Northwest Missouri State University, where Bearcats connect.
And welcome back in here on KMA FM 99.1. Nick Stavis alongside Brian Bertini here in Malvern as we are getting set for the third place game in the Corner Conference Tournament of the girls basketball portion of this tournament. And Brian, this should be a good one. East Mills here at home tonight hosting Sidney. These two played just 2 weeks ago. We're just about set for tip-off, but give us a little preview here.
Well, definitely with these two teams, they know each other so well, Nick. It usually comes down to little tiny things. You know, the star power is out there. We got some girls on both teams that can really fill it up. But sometimes, Nick, it's those other girls that need to step up. Which girl on the side is going to maybe have big impact tonight, could make a difference tonight in claiming this third place game?
Sidney controlled the opening tip-off, and we are underway. Ava Osborne has it out top of the point for Sidney. Osborne tries to get it down low, kicks it out to Emily Hutt. Now Hutt with it, gets it up top to Osborne. As we are underway here in Malvern, this third-place game, of course, later tonight will be the title game as Caden Payne goes in. First shot is no good, but Annika Hayes ripped down the rebound for Sidney, and then she got tied up for a jump ball. Possession goes to the Wolverines. Later tonight it'll be Fremont Mills and Stanton for the title. And this East Mills team fell to Fremont Mills last night, 53-48, after beating Fremont Mills. And a turnover here in the midcourt for East Mills. They beat Fremont Mills just 2 weeks ago by a pretty good margin, and then Fremont Mills gets them in Tabor last night, and East Mills is here in the third-place game.
That's how close some of these teams are. They're that close. If you're just a touch off, you can get beat. And tonight's challenge, really, Nick, is they just played last night due to the weather. How do you step up and kind of emotionally get yourself picked up, Nick, and come back? Because this game, you're not in the championship game, but there's little bragging rights in this one, isn't there?
Yeah, there absolutely is, and a trophy involved as well. Sidney just turned it over in the front court, so 2 turnovers here, still no points. Emily Williams has it now, working inside on Caden Payne. She put it up off the glass. It was no good, but she got her own board, and East Mills will reset. Now Jenna Thornburg with it. Thornburg kicks it out near side. Baseline jumper on the way for Kraus, and she knocks it through.
Nice spot. Thornburg, nice cross-court pass. Kraus did her job. Wolverines on the board first.
Starters tonight for East Mills. Jenna Thornburg, Mia Goodman, Emily Williams, Aspen Kraus, and Maya Urban. For Sidney, Emily Hutt, Avery Dowling, Annika Hayes, Ava Osborne, and Caden Payne, as that pass is knocked out of bounds off of East Mills. Possession stays with Sidney with 20 seconds on the shot clock. 2-0 in the early going, 6:38 to go here in the first quarter. Glad you're with us here on KMA-FM 99.1. Corner Conference Girls Basketball finale tonight. Third place and championship games right here on the airwaves. If you're joining us on the KMAX stream, glad you're with us as well. Don't forget about those folks online. Emily Hutt got an entry pass, drove it inside, lost the ball, and now here comes Maya Urban up ahead for Emily Williams. And the Wolverines turn it over for the third time already in this game, Brian.
Right pass, just tough angle, Nick. That's the right lead-up pass. Try to get that run-out layup, but a little bit too much, maybe adrenaline, just a little overthrown on that one. So, again, team's kind of a little uncharacteristically, a little sloppy here early.
Of course, like you mentioned, coming off the second of a back-to-back. You used to saying that in hockey or the NBA, not typically in high school basketball, as Annika Hayes just had it stolen away for Sidney, and then Emily Williams traveled, and we have turnovers galore here in the first 2 minutes and some change of this game.
We got 2 points and about 7 turnovers, don't we?
We absolutely do. 5:59 left in the first, 2-0 still the score. East Mills with the lead.
Part of that's predicated by both teams trying to be a little bit aggressive, I think, early, Nick, trying to establish tempo.
Caden Payne with it, out top. Feeds it down low to Annika Hayes, one-on-one with Goodman. Then Emily Williams comes in, knocks the ball away. Hayes got it back, though, kicks it out to Avery Dowling. Here's Dowling spinning on Urban, kick out to Payne. Payne on the far side wing. Sidney moving from left to right on your radio dial, and the feed underneath to Payne is stolen away by Williams. Now Williams on a fast break, one-on-one with Osborne. Williams goes up, draws the foul, and one. Emily Williams gets on the board, and she'll head to the line for one more.
Well, Williams, you get her in a one-on-one situation like that, your odds go up pretty good if you're Emily. She's been doing it for so long. And Osborne, just a little bit of contact right there, not much, but open court like that, Nick, it's going to be pretty obvious. She's trying to get an explanation from the official, but he's probably telling the same thing I did. Hey, you bumped her, flew the shot, but Emily caps it off and gets that three-point play the old-fashioned way.
Emily Williams with the and one. 5-0 the score here. East Mills with the lead, 2.5 minutes into this one. Ava Osborne with it outside, tried to feed it down low to Payne. Williams stole away the entry pass, and now here comes East Mills. Third steal of the game already for Emily Williams. Now she has it in the front court. Kicks it over to Aspen Kraus, who drives baseline. Back to Emily Williams, puts it up off the glass, can't get it to go. And the rebound goes to Annika Hayes, and Sidney will clear it.
I did everything but go down in the basket.
On the far side, Avery Dowling with it. Gets the screen from Ava Osborne, working on Maya Urban, drives in, wild shot off the glass, didn't hit rim, and the rebound to Maya Urban. Now East Mills coming the other way. Outlet pass to Emily Williams, then a nice feed to Mia Goodman. Goodman the jumper off the back iron, no good, and the rebound to Emily Hutt. And the missed shots and turnovers adding up here in the early going. 4:40 to go in the first quarter. It's 5-0 East Mills.
Yeah, pretty fast-paced game. Both teams trying to see if they can get some runouts. Here's a long one by Avery Dowling.
3 on the way for Avery Dowling is no good. Off the back iron, rebound to Mia Goodman, and East Mills comes the other way. Here's Jenna Thornburg with it on the near side wing. East Mills working from right to left on your radio dial. Far side, Maya Urban with it. Now here's Aspen Krause with an open 3 in the far corner. It's good. Aspen Krause knocks down the tray, and East Mills takes an 8-0 lead.
She's got 5 of the 8. She hit the 2 to start the game, Nick, and told you in the pregame she might be the girl that can light it up.
Caden Payne with it, gets it to the near side corner for Annika Hayes, who takes a 2-point jumper. That's no good, but the long rebound tracked down by Payne. Now the feed out to Ava Osborne. Osborne working on Krause, kick out to Hutt. Hutt drives the lane, puts it up, can't get it off the front iron, and a rebound goes to Jenna Thornburg. Now Thornburg with some speed, jump stop, kick back. Urban with a wide open look for 3. It's good. Maya Urban knocks down the tray. It's 11-0 Wolverines, and a timeout, Ashley Smith. She wants to talk to the Cowgirls, and the Wolverines are off and rolling. 3:35 to go in the first quarter. 11-0 to score. Back in 30 seconds here on KMA-FM 99.1.
Chat Mobility has provided you. Are much deeper than providing great service. We're just committed to serving you. To learn more, see us at chatmobility.com today.
Welcome back into KMA-FM 99.1. Nick Stavis and Brian Bertini here with you in Malvern. 3:35 to go in the first quarter. 11-0 the score, as East Mills has opened up a big lead in the early going. Sidney still trying to get on the board for the first time tonight with 3.5 to go. Coming out of the timeout, it's Annika Hayes with it in the far side corner. Gets it out top to Ava Osborne. Osborne gets it to Caden Payne in the near side wing. Payne trying to get inside, and she's fouled. We'll see who they get that on. I believe it's on Mia Goodman, so that will be the first foul of the game. And it'll be an inbound underneath the basket for Sidney.
Well, and if you're Sidney, you got to try to attack the basket. That might be your best opportunity to get some points. Just get that first basket, Nick. I think you can kind of settle in.
Take the lid off, as they say. Feed underneath to Emily Hutt off the inbound. Then she brings it back out. Fresh shot clock after the foul. Far side wing, it's Annika Hayes with it, guarded by Emily Williams. Feeds down to Emily Hutt. That went off her own foot. And it's a turnover there as Mia Goodman picks it up. Now Maya Urban with a pass up ahead to Emily Williams. Feed underneath to Aspen Krause, and she's fouled on the floor by Avery Dowling. Actually one of those that you would consider a good foul, because Aspen Krause was going to have a wide open look underneath the basket, but instead Dowling hacked her, and it's an inbound. So then Aspen Krause will check out of the game. Jenna Thornburg comes back in. Kendra Lawman is also in the game now for East Mills, as Emily Williams gets the inbound, goes straight in, puts it off the glass, can't get it to go, and the rebound to Caden Payne.
I think she expected a little contact. She didn't get it, Nick. The C's kind of parted, and she was kind of probably surprised. She had an open look, and it was a little bit too strong off the glass.
Far side, Avery Dowling with it, gets it up top to Ava Osborne. 2.5 to go in the first quarter, 11-0 East Mills with the lead. Now Dowling gets the screen from Osborne. Dowling drives. Floater in the lane is no good. Payne the rebound, and she gets it to go. Caden Payne with the offensive putback, and it's 11-2, the first points of the night for the Cowgirls. Now here comes East Mills. They want to run. Maya Urban with it out top. Feed in the high post to Emily Williams. Tried to feed a tough pass there to Kendra Lawman. It's stolen away. Now here comes Sidney the other way. Ava Osborne with it. Now Osborne had it stolen by Maya Urban. Urban all alone. Emily Hutt chasing her. Urban can't get the layup to go. Jenna Thornburg can't get the layup to go. And then a foul on Thornburg after Dowling got the rebound. So 2 missed opportunities there for the Wolverines.
Well, Maya Urban had a wide open layup, but she was
She was almost too open, yeah.
She was worried about, I think, contact when she should have just went in for the layup. And then Thornburg had an opportunity to put. So really, the last 2 possessions, East Mills kind of comes up empty, right, Nick? It could have been, 15-2 right now. Instead, 11-2, and a little glimmer of hope here for the Cowgirls as they seek to get near the end of this first quarter.
1:45 to go in this opening period. Feed underneath to Caden Payne, and she's fouled. She'll head to the line for 2.
That's where you want to go right there. Get down to Caden. She got the first basket tonight for the Cowgirls. She's averaging about 10 points, 7 rebounds a game. So, yeah, pretty good look, Nick. That's where you want to get that ball down there, especially down near the low block.
Sidney lost to Stanton last night in the semifinals, 59-41. Of course, Stanton's been the class of this conference all season long.
Well, they're defending. They've won 3 in a row. They're trying to do a four-year sweep of the conference championship. So
they will have that chance later tonight against Fremont Mills right here on KMA-FM 99.1. Payne goes 1 for 2 at the line. So it's 11-3 here in the first quarter with 90 seconds to go. Emily Williams brings it up the floor for East Mills. Gets it over to Aspen Krause, now on top to Maya Urban. Urban driving baseline, wrap around pass to Krause. It got knocked out of bounds. It was off of Sidney, so it will stay with East Mills.
Yeah, I'd like to see Aspen Krause. She's hit 2-3, a couple perimeter shots, Nick. I'd like to see her get a couple good looks here from Coach Marino.
Buckets run in the family for the Krauses there. Of course, Mason Krause, they'll be playing tomorrow night in the title game. East Mills is the pride of the Corner Conference on the boys' side. Meanwhile, the pride of the Corner Conference individually, Emily Williams, able to knock in a 2-point layup there, and it's back to a 10-point lead. Jenna Stevens might have something to say about that. Yeah, we'll see her later tonight for Stanton.
Nice pump fake by Williams right there. Froze the defender. There's a jump ball.
Oh, and we got a travel called on Ava Osborne. It looked like she got tied up, but the referees say no, it was a travel. And now we have another substitution here. We have a number 5 for East Mills. There's no number 5 on the program, so we'll try to get...
Ruby Hassel.
Ruby Hassel is the name. Thank you, Brian.
Yep.
Maya Urban brings it up the floor, kick out in the far side corner. Emily Williams pump fake the 3, Gwen in the lane and score.
She's got really good at volleyball using her left hand. There she does the same in basketball. So same result, gets a score.
15-3 the score. East Mills with the lead. 3 on the way for Ava Osborne, no good. 30 seconds left. East Mills will have final possession if they want it. Aspen Krause brings it up the floor for the Wolverines. Hassel gets it in the high post to Williams. Williams had it knocked away, got it back. Kick out to Urban. Urban had a wide open look at 3, passed it up, trying to find the entry pass. Urban gets it over to Hassel at the top of the key. That one was knocked away, but she got it back. 8 seconds now left in this first quarter. Tries to feed it down low to Emily Williams. It's stolen away. Then Maya Urban gets it back, and Maya Urban can't get the lay-in to go. And that will take us to the end of the first quarter. So some missed opportunities here for East Mills, but they are still dominating this game thus far. 15-3 the score. Wolverines on top here in the third-place game of the Corner Conference. We'll be back in 60 seconds here on KMA-FM 99.1.
Very, very best in convenience, it's Cubby's. Stop in today for hot and fresh food, plus that local spirit that you'll always find at Cubby's. Be sure to try the Chicken Cruiser. This is Cubby's new slider sandwich.
AgriVision Equipment know 2 things about the future of ag. 1, technology will continue to evolve, and 2, it's still all about the people that make it happen. AgriVision Equipment is looking for those people to share in the excitement of driverless vehicles, artificial intelligence, drones, and even more John Deere innovation. If you're excited about what this will offer the ag industry, you might be a fit for service technician positions receiving a competitive wage, benefits package, job growth, and stability. Apply at agrivisionequipment.com/tech.
Video chat, stream your favorite TV shows, and more without worrying about the stability of your internet. You could have what everyone else wishes they had.
Your connection to the world, FMTC.
Start of the second quarter, 15-3 the score. East Mills with the lead. Nick Stavas alongside Brian Bertini here in Malvern, third place game of the Corner Conference Tournament. First of a doubleheader. Of course, later tonight we'll have the title game between Fremont Mills and Stanton. Should be a fun one there. That'll be right here on KMA-FM 99.1 as well. In the meantime, first possession of the second quarter goes to Sidney, and they still cannot find a good shot. Struggling to get the ball inside. Then they do. It's knocked away, though, and then Aspen Krause comes down with the rebound.
Yeah, good man-to-man defense on that first possession by the Wolverines. They got to like how the home team started here first quarter, Nick.
Far side, Emily Williams with the ball. Williams drives baseline, and she's fouled. Monica Hayes picks up the foul there, and Williams will go to the line for 2. Williams has 7 already on the night.
Well, if you give her a glimmer of a lane on the baseline, you know, she's quick enough that first step to take it, absorb some contact, some free throws coming up. First free throw on the way for Williams is good.
Brian, what are some of the main things you're seeing in this game so far?
Well, Sidney's just got to get into some kind of continuity in our offense right now. They're just being taken out of it by good defense by the Wolverines. Wolverines got to really kind of take care of the basketball. They could have even a more substantial lead than they do right now.
17-3 the score after Williams goes 2 for 2 at the line. Opening minute of this second quarter here in the third place game of the Corner Conference. Out top, Annika Hayes with it. Gets it to Gabby Jacobs. Jacobs feet underneath. Laid in there by Macy Graham. Graham, her first minutes of the game, and she makes good on it. 17-5 now the score.
That was it. Good baseline entry pass. Got it to a girl standing by the basket.
Now on the far side corner, it's Emily Williams. High entry feed to Maya Urban was stolen away by Emily Hutt. Now here comes Hutt with it.
Well, as much as East Mills has dominated, a couple quick baskets here, this game can change in a hurry, Nick.
Hutt driving on Jenna Thornburg. Kicks out to Avery Dowling. Dowling picked up her dribble. Kicks it back out to Emily Hutt. They will reset with 10 seconds on the shot clock. Far side, Graham with the ball. Tried to feed it down low to Annika Hayes. Gabby Jacobs picked up the loose ball. Now Avery Dowling with it. 2 seconds on the shot clock. 1 second. Jacobs threw up a wild one. Did not hit rim, and that is a shot clock violation, but they keep the game rolling here as East Mills got the rebound. Now the feed underneath to Emily Williams. Wide open, and she lays it in. And this game just continues to get further and further away from Sidney, Bryant.
Yeah, nice entry pass by Maya Urban. She waited until Williams cleared in the spot in the lane. Hit it right there. And again, another nice left-hand finish.
19-5 the score. 3 on the way here for Hayes. That's no good. The rebound tipped around and controlled by Williams. Now here comes Williams into the front court. In transition, Williams drives straight in, tried to go coast to coast, couldn't quite get the bucket to fall, and now an outlet pass to Macy Graham all alone for Sidney, and she lays it in.
Well, nice job by Dowling to get that ball up in a hurry, and Graham is just kind of there in the right spot. It's a big basket, right? It's a 4-point swing right there, Nick.
19-7 the score, 5 minutes and change to go here in the first half. Feed underneath to Mia Goodman was stolen away by the freshman Gabby Jacobs, and now Sidney will come the other way.
Again, that's probably about the 4th or 5th turnover that the Wolverines have had when they forced the ball and they didn't really need to.
Here's Dowling with it. Kick out. Jacobs had an open look, but a foul called beforehand. It's on the floor against Maya Urban.
I mean, if you're a team like the Wolverines right now, you could have a chance to really make this mountain pretty tall to climb for the Cowgirls, but you're leaving the door open a little bit, Nick, by fouls, making some turnovers, missing some layups, and there's probably 10 points left out in the court, Nick, you could have if you're Alexi Marino.
Osborne gets the inbound, feed in the high post to Macy Graham. Back out to Osborne for 3. That's a short shot, and the rebound goes to Emily Williams. Williams wants to run. She's got a 4-on-3. Williams dribbling through traffic and lays it in. Coast to coast, Emily Williams. Don't see many players in 1A basketball do that, Brian.
Oh, nice smooth. She changed hands, went in a little scoop shot. Again, Williams.
She's got 13 of the 21 points that her team has scored tonight with 4.5 to go here in the first half. Here's Dowling driving, had an open lane, and she's fouled by Mia Goodman. Goodman with the blocking foul, so Dowling will go to the line for 2.
Well, Avery's good. She's good from the perimeter, as you well noted. She can hit the deep 3, but she's not afraid to put the ball in the basket and attack the rim.
Dowling's first shot on the way is good. Dowling scored 18 points a few weeks ago when I did the first meeting between these two teams. She and Natalie Goodman for East Mills, who it appears we will not see tonight. They just lit it up, Brian, from 3 in the first half. Yep. They just went back and forth, traded blow for blow. I believe Avery Dowling was 4 for 5 from 3 in that game. We have not seen her shoot one yet. Feet underneath, and that's just too easy for Emily Williams.
Yeah, Urban.
After Dowling went 2 for 2 at the line, Emily Williams with an easy lay-in on the other side. It's a 14-point lead for East Mills with 4 minutes to go.
That's 4 years of playing together, Urban and Williams right there, just knowing where they're at. Good timing, communication.
Nice feed underneath to Gabby Jacobs. Got away from the defense on the backcourt cut, and Sidney starting to open up the offense a little bit. 23-11 the score, 3:50 to go in the second quarter. Maya Urban drives for East Mills, puts it off the glass, can't get it to go, and the rebound to Caden Payne, and then it's stolen away by Urban, feet underneath to Mia Goodman, who lays it in. And those are mistakes you just can't make if you're Sidney trying to get back into this game, as Caden Payne tried to clear the rebound and just lost the ball.
Yeah, especially deep underneath her own basket. A nice job by Urban, just kind of waiting for that to turn around and pick the pocket.
Out top, here's Macy Graham with it. Ava Osborne now gets to the top of the key. And they'll set up a play here with 3:15 to go in the second. 25-11 the score, a 14-point lead for East Mills. And a foul called on Maya Urban. That's her second here in about 60 seconds as she fouled Avery Dowling on the floor.
And that's about the only thing that's kind of gone wrong, other than some missed opportunities offensively. But, now the next foul will put the Cowgirls at the line, Nick, for one-on-ones. And you want to stay aggressive, but you want to keep the game kind of up-tempo. I think that favors the Wolverines.
Urban checks out, Kraus and Thornburg back in. So the 5 on the floor for East Mills: Williams, Lawman, Goodman, Kraus, and Thornburg. Near side, Jacobs here for Sidney. Picks up her dribble, feed in the low post to Caden Payne. Now the kick out. 3 on the way for Ava Osborne. Can't get it to go, and the rebound tipped around and out of bounds. No, not quite out of bounds. It was saved by Payne, but right into the hands of East Mills. Now here comes Emily Williams with it. Williams gets it to Kraus, now feeds it out top to Jenna Thornburg at the top of the key. Now Thornburg's going to drive the lane. She goes straight in and cruises in for the lay-in. Floater in the lane is good. It's a 16-point lead for the Wolverines.
Nice job by Thornburg. Little hesitation, crossover dribble, saw nobody in the lane, and she exploited that. Nice finish by Jenna.
Of course, her brother Zach, the quarterback of the Wolverines, also a point guard of the Wolverines.
Dad, assistant coach as well, so Matt, AD, and knew Matt my years when I coached down here. Great guy and loves the game, and good to see him working with his daughter. And he'd been happy on that move, I think, wouldn't he?
I can tell you, both of the Thornburgs have a good amount of speed, especially off the dribble.
Yes, they do.
They have the ability to get inside in a flash. The feed inside to Caden Payne for Sidney. The ball is knocked away. Wild scramble for the ball on the floor, and then they're going to get a travel on Emily Hutt. So it's another turnover there for the Cowgirls. 2:05 to go in the second quarter. 27-11 the score. East Mills cruising right now. And like you said, Brian, this could be a 25, 30-point game if it weren't for some missed opportunities for the Wolverines. Feed underneath to Emily Williams. Caught it off a tip and laid it in. Emily Williams has 15 points tonight, and then we have a injured player. It's Avery Dowling who's down.
I think she might have just got her ankle rolled. And you hope it's just one of those where you can kind of relace the shoe up a little bit, tighten it up, and get back in.
Dowling coming off in some pain, so she is subbed out as Annika Hayes comes back in.
We're going to looks like tape that up maybe a little bit, so she's a tough girl. If there's any way she can get back on the floor, we'll see it.
Steal from Emily Williams. She has 17, by the way. I said 15. It's actually 17. She fed down low there to Maya Urban, and then it got knocked away, and now here comes Ava Osborne up the far sideline. 1:30 to go here in the second quarter.
Emily might have about 6 or 7 steals too, Nick.
Feed underneath to Macy Graham. She's tied up. And a possession arrow goes to the Wolverines.
Everything kind of going their way right now in this first half.
29-11 is the score. 1:16 to go here in the first half. And that's Kylie Barrett who just checked into the game for East Mills. As Maya Urban walks it up the floor for the Wolverines. Dribble handoff to Urban. Now the kick out to Thornburg for 3. That's off the mark, but the rebound underneath the basket to Kylie Barrett. And then the rebound's fought for on the ground. Another wild scramble. Ends up out of bounds.
I think they said Annika Hayes was laying on the line when she touched the ball, so it'll stay with the Wolverines, Nick.
Urban to inbound it. Gets it into Mia Goodman. She was blocked, but then they call a tie-up. Possession arrow goes to Sidney.
Yeah, I think Emily Hutt got credit for that block. Just put her hand up and snuffed it. So we had jump balls at both ends, and falls back in the hand of the Cowgirls. They need some baskets here pretty desperately here, Nick, to finish out this first half.
Under a minute to go in the second quarter. 18-point lead for East Mills. Feed in the low post to Caden Payne. She lost the ball. She got it back. She kicked it out to Gabby Jacobs. Now Jacobs drives baseline. She gets cut off. and she gets tied up. 3 straight possessions, 3 straight jump balls, Brian Bertini.
Yeah, well, just good defense.
That possession arrow is just flipping back and forth.
It is. So that person's on the ball right now, aren't they?
40 seconds to go. About 5 seconds separate the shot and game clock here. Feed in the high post to Aspen Krause. Tried to feed it to Kylie Barrett. Had it stolen away by Caden Payne. And now with no shot clock on, we'll see if Sidney holds. Annika Hayes with it on the far side. She just drives the lane. She gets fouled, and she'll go to the line for a pair of free throws.
Nice job by Hayes right there. You got to make something happen. If I'm trailing by 18 points, I don't want to try to do one shot. I want to see if I can get as many touches. Here's a chance right now for the Cowgirls, Nick. Maybe get a couple free throws, maybe get an inbound steal. Finish with a little bit of a flurry.
First free throw is no good for Annika Hayes. 21 seconds left here in the second quarter of this third-place game of the Corner Conference. Second free throw, no good. Hayes goes 0 for 2 at the line. 20 seconds now, and the feed up ahead to Jenna Thornburg. The far side. Krause drives. Feed to Goodman. Goodman, a wide-open look for 2. That's no good, and the rebound goes to Osborne with 8 seconds left. Osborne pushing the pace. 5 seconds. Osborne needs to go. Tried to get it to Gabby Jacobs, stolen away by Maya Urban, and that will take us to the end of the first half. East Mills dominant so far. 29-11 is the score as the Wolverines are looking to lift that third-place trophy here in the Corner Conference Tournament. Halftime. 29-11 the score. Wolverines with the lead. We'll be back in about 8 minutes here on KMA-FM 99.1, Clarinda, Shenandoah.
Hi, this is Alan at Hawkeye Ford, reminding you that we are your destination for new and used vehicles in Southwest Iowa. We accept many options for trade-in with or without wheels to get your deal done. Hawkeye Ford is also your Southwest Iowa WeatherTech headquarters. So come on down with whatever you need to get done to get into a new vehicle for you and your family.
All right, we are talking with Rod Eberle. Not only is he the head coach of almost every single sport for Clarinda, but he is also the general manager for the Clarinda A's, and there is an upcoming event in February that we're talking about today. First of all, I just want to say hello to Coach Eberle. How are we doing today?
Doing good, Derek. Thank you.
Well, appreciate you taking the time to chat. We've got the 47th Annual Clarinda Baseball Hall of Fame Banquet coming up Saturday, February 4th at the Clarinda Community High School. There are a lot of auction items, lots of stuff going on there. Why don't you just kind of give us a little rundown of what's happening?
Yeah, it's our, like you said, our 47th annual banquet that we have every year. Our guest celebrities this year, again, are Vaughn Hayes, formerly of the Philadelphia Phillies. He was an all-star with them. And then Hall of Famer Ozzie Smith will also be there. We start opening our doors at 4 o'clock for that event. And then they can do, there's an autograph session for 4:30 to 5:30, and then we have a meal and then our program to follow.
Mm-hmm. All right, so admission ticket is good for, well, I guess explain a little bit about what you get with one ticket.
Right. With your admission ticket, you get one autograph of each professional player. Then you have a meal, and then you have the ability to bid on our silent auction that we have. We have many items that will be out for a silent auction, memorabilia mostly, baseball memorabilia. And then we do have a live auction where we'll do a couple high-end items that we will raffle off that people can bid on. Austin Astral does that for us, and it's kind of a fun time of the banquet.
Yep, and you can get additional autographs, $25, also jerseys, bats, etc. That's $100 for that autograph. But now you mentioned, obviously, the silent auction. I know that's always a big hit for a lot of people. Any idea on some of the items that you'll have this year?
Yeah, we've gotten some really good items this year. We have still a lot of guys still around the game that send back memorabilia and things. For example, Bud Black, who's the manager for the Colorado Rockies, has sent us one of his jerseys, a Charlie Blackmon baseball bat autograph, a Chris Bryant ball, C.J. Cron ball, and then a Herman Marquez All-Star ball. So with that, and then we have some Whit Merrifield baseball that will be up for silent auction, and a couple really big items with the Johnny Bench jersey. We do have a Baker Mayfield jersey this year.
Oh.
So a lot of cool items and many more of those things out there too.
Yeah, fantastic. That is a lot of, and a wide variety of different things that you can potentially bid on. And now there's also, you have the evening program. Tell me a little bit about kind of what's going on with the evening program and who will be recognized and all of that good stuff.
Well, what we do, we have the meal, and then this year we'll be doing our live auction right after that with our big items. And then after we have our live auction, we will recognize our 4 Hall of Fame members going in this year. One is a fan, and 3 guys are players off our 4th place 2013 team. And then after that, we recognize local area teams. And to say something about that real quick, we allow all our youth kids that are on travel teams with the junior A's, they get in free along with their coaches. And if their parents want to come, it's a half-price ticket for their parent. Mm-hmm. So we will introduce them, and they can talk about their travel teams, and then we talk about the A's and wrap it up at the end.
Yeah, awesome. Well, certainly, obviously, you've been doing this for 47 years, so you've got this all figured out. But do want to mention that the tickets are adult tickets in advance, $30, and then kids through K through 12 is $20, and at the door it's $35 and $25. All right. So how can people get those advance tickets, and how can they make the reservations?
They can reach through me. My phone number is 712-303-9903. And make an advance reservation where they can just pick up their tickets at the door and send in the money to me here. We also have a Facebook page. If they want to get on there and reach out, we will answer that also.
Yeah, perfect. How do they get a hold of you?
Just through my cell phone number.
Okay. So do you want to leave that or?
Yeah, I can leave that. It's 712-303-9903.
All right. I saw that number on the flyer there. I just wanted to make sure that was the same one. And tickets also available at the Clarinda Chamber of Commerce office. It sounds like another great night there for the Clarinda Baseball Hall of Fame banquet. And Coach, I really appreciate it. Anything else you want to add?
I just appreciate all the support through the years. And without the people supporting our programs, we wouldn't have one. So we're very lucky to have a great base around here in Clarinda and Southwest Iowa, and we're very excited for the banquet.
Coach, thanks a lot for the time. Appreciate it.
All right, Derek, appreciate it.
Talking on today's sports feature with Palmyra head boys basketball coach Zach Wemhoff. The Panthers playing some good basketball right now. Coach, just first off, take us through your guys' season. You've been right around 500 most of the year. Right now, looks like at 8-7. What are the thoughts? How are you guys feeling at the moment?
This year we kind of picked up Crete. They were kind of looking for somebody last minute. I really like our team, so I thought it'd be a really good challenge for us. Our schedule has been really, really difficult. We start the season with Freeman. They've been rated number 1 in the state for a majority of the season. Let's see, the losses we've had have been to majority 1 loss, 0 loss. You can throw Auburn in there. I think they got 4 losses, but they're still Auburn. But we've had a really, really tough schedule. I told the boys last night when we were playing Conestoga that this is the time of the year where that schedule is going to start paying off, and we're going to start seeing that we are battle tested, and we're going to start winning some more basketball games.
And how important is that? I mean, of course, you want to win games, and I'm sure right now you would love to have your team be like 12-3, 13-2. But there's definitely something that's got to be said, right, to playing Freeman twice, playing Auburn, playing Crete, playing Parkview Christian like you guys have this year.
Yeah, and that's kind of what we were going for. Like I said, we have a pretty good group this year. We have a lot of seniors, and these are the guys that know that come the end of the season, it's going to be those teams that are battle tested, that have been through these really tough games. That's what's going to help you push through to a district final and hopefully into a state tournament.
Who are some of the standouts in this year's lineup?
Well, we have a lot of seniors. Zach Fitzpatrick, he's been our leading scorer of the year. But we've had 3 guys that have been starting since they were sophomores. And that's Zach, Alex Hatcher, and Hunter Pope. And then Jackson Dillon has been playing a lot. Chris Breckel, he's a 6'7" post for us that's been getting a lot of playing time the last couple of years. and Chandler Berry, he comes off the bench for us. So that's a pretty good sized senior group for us that does a really good job of leading, and hopefully that playing time the past few years in these tough games that'll help with the experience that we need coming down here the stretch.
When your team is at its best, why is that?
We like to get out and run. We kind of pride ourselves in our transition game. We've really kind of been putting a focus on the defensive end of the floor here now after Christmas break. And the boys are starting to understand that when we play really good defense, we can kind of get some tips, which can lead to steals, which helps us to get out and run and get into that transition.
Again, we're talking with Palmyra head boys basketball coach Zach Wemhoff. When you look at your team and where we are now in the season, is there any one particular thing with this team where you go, okay, we are better at this than I thought?
Not sure what you want to do with your life? Feel like your job is at a standstill? Get your foot in the door with area manufacturing companies at Iowa Western Community College's SEAM program. Sign up now in the Center of Excellence for Advanced Manufacturing through IWCC. Classes are just 2 early evenings a week with holidays and summers off. Improve your current skills and learn new ones that will give you a new career or even enhance your current one. For more information on SEAM, contact IWCC's Clarinda Center at 712-542-5117.
Again, you go back and look at some of those losses. Those are to Freeman twice, to Auburn, and those are some really good defensive teams. And that's kind of what we've been preaching to our guys is we got to make sure that we're getting it done on the defensive end of the floor as well.
Yeah, as you guys move forward, UTAN coming up Friday, and then next week Wilburg, Claytonia, Elmwood, Murdoch, and then get into the East Central Nebraska Conference Tournament. What are some things that you guys are trying to work on?
Again, just working on that defensive end of the floor, trying to make sure things are really, really difficult for the other team. And like I said, when we can play good defense, we can get out and run and get those layups in transition. That just increases our confidence. But again, just understanding.
When buying insurance, finding protection closer to home is always a great choice. Legacy Mutual Insurance in Stanton.
Good evening and a welcome back into the KMA-FM 99.1 coverage of the Corner Conference as we are getting set for the second half between Sidney and East Mills. Domination thus far for the Wolverines. It's 29-11 as we are underway here in the second half. Apologies for the bit of a late start there as we start the second half. Caden Payne has it inside for Sidney, and she just turned it over. And, Brian, that's kind of been the story. Nick Stavis here with Brian Bertini. Brian, that's kind of been the story of this game for Sidney.
That's the way the game started, and that's the way the second half started. So just kind of some missed opportunities for the Cowgirls. And Wolverines, for the most part, Nick, have been able to take advantage of them.
29-11 the score. East Mills dominant so far.
Nice
and
up and under basket
by
number 20.
It's Mia Goodman there on the bucket. 20-point lead now for the Wolverines. And another steal. Mia Goodman with the steal. Breakaway. Emily Hutt following, but Mia Goodman lays it in. And 4 quick points for East Mills to start this second half, Brian.
Well, that's how you want to start it for the Wolverines. Come out and establish tempo, get some steals, open the lead up, and really make this mountain to climb a little tougher for the Cowgirls.
Feed to Caden Payne in the low posts. Reverse layups no good, and the rebound to Aspen Krause. And right now, Sidney just struggling to get this offense going. Aspen Krause brings it across half court, gets it to Maya Urban. Wide open look for 3 for Urban. Straight away, no good. The rebound tipped around, out of bounds, off of East Mills. And it will go to the Cowgirls. But right now, East Mills, I mean, for that story for the first half, Brian, obviously Emily Williams, 17 points of their 29 in the first half. She's been dominant, but overall, the defensive effort for East Mills, you know, to lose in a heartbreaker in the semifinals last night to your rival Fremont Mills can be so frustrating. For them to come out and put on a performance like this on a back-to-back, it says something about this team and how motivated Lexi Moreno can get her girls.
Yeah, and also it's home court. I mean, you're playing in your home gym. You always want to do that in front of your home crowd and your home floor. And a win is a win, Nick. You want to kind of end the week with a win, you know, and there's a lot of basketball. They've got some games coming up. They're going to go play Stanton next week at Stanton next Tuesday. You talk about you can use that as a springboard, Nick, to come off this. And, of course, we're going to see the Vi Queens here in action here coming up shortly.
Of course, that game later tonight here on KMA FM 99.1. It'll be about 20 minutes after the conclusion of this one as Jenna Thornburg was fouled on a drive. So the first foul of the night, or the second half, goes against Sidney's Avery Dowling.
Well, it's good to see her back on there. We had that little ankle thing, but she laced up the shoe tight and looks no worse for the wear, does she?
The inbound pass was tipped away by Caden Payne. Stays with the Wolverines. Of course, later tonight, about 20 minutes after the conclusion of this one, as I was saying, it'll be Stanton and Fremont Mills for the Corner Conference Championship. As Emily Williams just laid in another bucket, absorbed some contact, no foul called, but she scores anyway. She's got 19 on the night, and it's a 24-point lead here for East Mills. Sidney just trying to crack the teens offensively. That's not going to help. Ava Osborne was just called for a charge. Emily Williams in there to take it.
Well, Emily Williams waiting for her. Osborne turned the corner. Thought she was going to have maybe a mid-range jump shot, and Williams right there. So Williams scores at one end, shows the defensive prowess at the other end, and that's what you'd expect from a four-year starter, her capabilities. She's had a great career in multiple sports.
Up top, here's Maya Urban. Gets it to Emily Williams in the high post. Far side, Kraus for three from the corner. That's no good. And the rebound to Annika Hayes. Sidney will come the other way. Up ahead to Avery Dowling. Dowling drives in, now backs it out. Now Dowling working on Urban. Kicks it out to Payne on the far side wing. Now top of the key to Ava Osborne. Swinging it around the perimeter to Emily Hutt. Now Annika Hayes, a three-point look. That's no good. Rebound, long one goes to Emily Williams. Now a 3-on-1 here for the Wolverines. Feed underneath to Mia Goodman. Fights through contact, can't get the lay-in. Aspen Kraus the board. Tried to draw a foul, did not do so. And it goes out of bounds off of Kraus. So the turnover there as Sidney gains possession. Gabby Jacobs checks into the game for the Cowgirls as Ava Osborne checks out.
I think Williams waited a tad late on that pass underneath the basket to Kraus right there. She would have got that a little earlier. She had a shot, but again, we saw East Mills had a lot of chances, Nick, to probably really have this lead even bigger than it is.
Willett Dowling with it. Gets it over to Emily Hutt. Feet underneath to Payne is over her head and out of bounds, and another turnover. And right now, Caden Payne is Sidney's leading scorer with 3 points, Brian.
Yeah, and then those were hard-earned three.
Yep.
She had the one basket and the putback.
34-11 the score. East Mills in full control here, looking like they will cruise to a third-place finish in this Corner Conference tournament as a two-point jumper is no good there for Aspen Kraus. Sidney coming the other way with it after getting the board. Emily Hutt brings it across half court, guarded tightly by Jenna Thornburg. Now here's Caden Payne driving, and she's fouled on the floor by Emily Williams.
Well, that's what you want Payne to do right there is attack, put Williams on the defensive angle. She did a little better step than Emily did right there, drew the contact. Out of bounds on the basket for the Cowgirls.
So Emily Hutt will inbound it. She gets it into Annika Hayes, who puts it off the glass. Can't get to go, but the foul is called on Mia Goodman, so Hayes will go to the line for a pair of free throws.
Yeah, she's got a tough angle and get the arms somewhat vertical right there, but Hayes did a nice job of drawing the contact. And tell you what, points are hard to come by for the Cowgirls, so these free throws, big ones.
First free throw is good. And that is the first point for Sidney since maybe 5 minutes left in that second quarter. At one point, it was 24-11.
So it might be about a 10-minute drought, isn't it?
Yeah. Second point on the way. That's off the mark. So 1 for 2 at the free throw line goes Annika Hayes. Now Aspen Kraus brings it up the floor. Now Maya Urban, feet underneath to Emily Williams, and she scores.
Why not? Nice dish. Emily Williams uses that left hand very adeptly. She's at 21 points, Nick.
And her efficiency. I mean, she hasn't missed very many shots tonight. This is a vintage Emily Williams performance, and she has really come on as this season has gone on. The start of the season that really didn't go as East Mills imagined it. They really stumbled out of the gate. At one point, they were 2-4 in the season, but they won 5 games in a row. Of course, lost last night to Fremont Mills, but they continue to roll here as that is a shot that hit the top of the backboard.
Well, this is a very veteran squad. I mean, Goodman, Williams, Kraus, Urban.
Both Goodmans.
Thornburg, yeah. Natalie Goodman not even in the lineup. They've got a lot of girls with lots of experience, and it's just sometimes they've been out of sync, some girls injured. And, this is a dangerous team come tournament time, Nick.
Williams, a 2-point jumper off the mark, and the rebound to Annika Hayes. Yeah, Was going to ask at halftime where Natalie Goodman is. I completely forgot to do that. But her sister's here, so. Timeout now from Sidney. Ashley Smith wants to talk it over with their squad. East Mills in full control of this game. 37-12 the score with 3:19 to go in the third quarter. We'll be back in 30 seconds here on KMA-FM 99.1 Clarinda, Shenandoah.
Nutrient Ag Solutions is your leading agricultural retailer of crop inputs and expert solutions. And they're your choice in the region for top-of-the-line products and customer service. When nothing short of the best is your standard, talk with Nutrient Ag Solutions in Westboro, Missouri, Coyne, Percival, and Essex, Iowa for fall application and products. Nutrient Ag Solutions, growing your crops and your bottom line.
Nick Stavis, Brian Bertini here with you in Malvern. The conclusion of the Corner Conference Girls Basketball Tournament. This is the third place game. East Mills in full control, leading by 25 points, 37-12 with 3:15 to go in the third. We'll have the title game later tonight, Fremont Mills and Stanton. It'll be about 20 minutes after the conclusion of this one, so I would expect about 7:30 will be the tip-off for that. And it'll be right here on FM 99.1. Meanwhile, Sidney just trying to get anything going, Brian, but not to much avail so far.
Heads off to Maya Urban right there, doing a great job defensive on Eva Rowling. She's just been stuck on her like glue.
Shot clock violation, and that was
shot off, did there?
And that was obviously a point of emphasis. Avery Dowling has 2 points tonight. She had 18 in their first meeting. It was just a 3-point win for East Mills against the Sidney team 2 weeks ago, and this is just a totally different ball game from what that game I called was, and obviously East Mills on the better side of that. Of course, Sidney has not won since that game. That game kicked off a 4-game losing streak for the Cowgirls, which they are still looking to break, and it's not looking like it'll be tonight as Aspen Krause knocks down a three.
Krause got things started in the game early, and he's just quietly just been some big baskets here for the Wolverines.
7 points for Aspen Krause tonight. That was actually just a 2. It looked like a 3. They call it a 2, a long 2. 39-12 the score. 27-point lead for the Wolverines. 2 minutes and change left here in the third quarter, as a three-pointer was missed by Emily Hutt, and then Macy Graham missed a point-blank putback.
It just fell right in her lap right there. And again, one of those where you don't realize you're that open, Nick, and you don't follow through.
Krause will check out. Thornburg back in. So it's Lawman, Urban, Thornburg, I believe that's Sayers and Williams. And then
got a foul on the floor, I believe, Nick.
That's Kendra Lawman, okay. Boise Palmer is 22. I've been calling those. See, the chart that I have is somehow way off compared to the actual lineup, and I'm not sure how that happened. Here comes Ava Osborne on the drive, then she is fouled, so she will go to the line for 2.
That looks like Lawman on the foul right there.
Lawman is 15. Palmer is 22. I had Lawman as 22, and I don't even know where I put. Palmer is 42. I don't know. Can't get them all right, Brian.
No.
But apologies to Boise Palmer's friends, family, and fans out there for messing that one up.
It's not as egregious when you have a 27-point lead, is it?
It's really not. And Ava Osborne just went 0 for 2 at the free throw line. It's 39-12 here with 2 minutes to go in the third. Out top, here's Maya Urban with it. Urban gets it to Palmer up top. Now here is a 3 on the way for Jenna Thornburg, just off the mark, and the rebound goes to Avery Dowling. Now here comes Dowling. Guarded tightly by Urban. Now Osborne traveled.
Yeah, she picked that pivot foot up, forgot to put the ball down. It's just one of those, when you tend to go to your left a little bit, you tend to do that. Right-handed players do. Just put the ball down first before you pick the pivot foot up, Nick.
Minute 35 to go in the third. 39-12 the score. East Mills with the lead. Aspen Krause in the corner gets it out top to Jenna Thornburg. Now Thornburg kicks it out to Palmer. Palmer, feet underneath to Urban. Feet even lower to Aspen Krause. Missed it first time and then was fouled the second time.
Well, she missed the first one. Payne a little bit late coming over. Got a little too much of the hand right there, but you love the passing angles right there. Throw that ball up high where your offensive player can catch it and go straight up. It was 29-11 at half. So we played, almost 7 minutes, Nick, and there's just one free throw for the Cowgirls.
No field goals here in the second half so far for Sidney.
This is the team that put up 51, as you mentioned, just back on January 6th.
They couldn't miss, especially in the first half. That first half was just back and forth action. The score was in the 30s at halftime for both teams, as Aspen Krause just went 1 for 2 at the line, so it's 40-12, the 28-point lead here for East Mills. Dowling with it outside, gets it to Gabby Jacobs on the far side. Now to Ava Osborne. Osborne passes up an open look at 3, gets it back to Jacobs. Jacobs hounded by Aspen Krause, and Krause is called for a reach.
Well, Gabby Jacobs is a freshman right now, and you can tell, but she's just smiling out there. She's just like,
having a good time.
Yeah, I'm glad to be out here, and
it's Friday night.
I'm going to do what I can. If I
playing
get an
some
open
basketball,
shot, yeah, why not? She's like, okay, coach, put me in. I'm in.
Dowling with it. Drives baseline, puts it up in the lane, can't get it to go, and the rebound to Krause. And Dowling labors down the floor. It does not look like that ankle is 100%, Brian. As Krause pulls up for 2 on the other side, rebound goes to Dowling.
There.
And she is working, that's for sure, as she brings it up the floor after grabbing the board.
Urban is just on her like glue, isn't she?
Maya Urban putting on a defensive clinic right now. As the feed in the high post to Caden Payne. 26 seconds to go in this third quarter. 7 seconds separate the shot and game clock. 3 on the way for Osborne. That's no good. Long rebound to Loicy Palmer. And now Maya Urban will walk it up the floor, and the Wolverines will get last shot here. 12 seconds on the clock. Krause, baseline to Barrett. Back out top to Thornburg. 7 seconds. Thornburg drives, kicks out. Krause back to Thornburg. 3 in the corner. That's good. Jenna Thornburg knocks down the tray at the buzzer. And it is all Wolverines all the time in this game. 43-12 the score as East Mills is cruising to a third-place finish in the Corner Conference Tournament. We'll take a 60-second break. Back with the fourth quarter on the other side.
OSI is considered a premier global food provider by many of the world's leading brands. OSI delivers leading-edge food solutions for product development as well as processing. Much of it is done from their Oakland, Iowa plant. Being a leader in the industry allows OSI Oakland to give back to their communities by sponsoring area high school events, offering special programs for veterans, and other community outreach programs. Well, to learn more, visit osigroup.com and search for the Oakland, Iowa location.
Start of the fourth quarter here in Malvern as East Mills is cruising in the third-place game of the Corner Conference Tournament. 43-12 the lead over Sidney. And our cameraman, who I will give a big thanks to, Michael Wilson, who has helped me out every time I've been to Malvern this year, and it's been a lot, and I doubt this is the last time. He just pointed out to me that, Brian, the reason my chart is so messed up is because East Mills got new uniforms in the middle of the season.
You didn't get the
memo,
memo,
and all the numbers changed.
You didn't get the memo, did you?
Come on! What are we doing here? Who gets new?
Well, the new uniforms are working because the Wolverines have been lighting it up.
Yeah, they've been lighting it up recently as well. I mean, they're lighting it up tonight, and they've won 6 of their last 7 games. I mean, this is a team that really has been hitting their stride lately. Of course,
that game next Tuesday at Stanton, that's a conference game, you know, for the regular title, and that's got some implications tournament time as well.
Feet underneath to Caden Payne is knocked out of bounds.
It's very likely that those two teams will be paired up, you know, in the same region, and you know, you knock them off, you get that confidence boost, and you know, Coach Snyder's squad's got a really good one to the Vikings. But boy, when you got Emily Williams, Aspen Krause, Goodmans, Maya Urban, you got a chance to beat anybody.
And a foul there as Emily Williams hacks Caden Payne, and Payne will go to the line for 2. Yeah, and even the depth. I mean, you have players like Jenna Thornburg coming off the bench.
And also, too, let's don't forget the team that knocked them off is just going to play another opponent tonight of Stanton is the Fremont Mill squad. Coach Britt Weldon's team is playing really well.
And his daughter is kind of the star of the show there, Izzy Weldon, point guard for the Wolverines. She has had a stellar season, and we will see if they can pull the upset tonight against Stanton, who is looking for its 4th straight Corner Conference Tournament title. 0 for 2 at the line goes Caden Payne, still 43-12 the score. Kick out to Mia Goodman, and she hits a 2-point jumper, and the Wolverines just keep piling it on.
Love a lefty when they shoot. Just looks nice and smooth right there. Nice job by Goodman.
6:55 to go in the game. 45-12 the score. And the feed to Annika Hayes in the near side corner. Gets it to Avery Dowling, who brings it out top. It looks like it might be some time for some bench clearing here for Sidney as the scorers table gets some action below us. And a nice lay-in there by Annika Hayes, and that is the first field goal of the half for the Sidney Cowgirls.
Yeah, a nice job by Hayes to just kind of work through that and get that basket. Long dry spell for the Cowgirls.
As Mia Goodman goes in, had an open look at a baseline lay-in, couldn't get it to go. The rebound goes to Avery Dowling. She'll skip pass it over here to Emily Hutt. Sidney working from right to left on your radio dial.
Dowling just really can't get free to get a good look from the perimeter.
3 on the way for Hayes is no good, and Krause with the rebound, and she'll run the other way here. 3-on-2 for East Mills. 1-on-1 with Payne and Emily Williams, and Williams drew the foul, and she'll head to the line for 2 more.
Those two have been staring across from each other, variety of sports, whether it be a volleyball net, Nick, or a
no, you're not kidding.
On the basketball court. So it was battled well the last 4 years in this conference.
Of course, Jenna Stevens kind of in that group as well. The post player for Stanton, also
Marley Johnson.
Yeah, front row there for volleyball. Williams missed the first free throw.
That's about the only thing she hasn't done well tonight.
Camden Hayes and Gabby Jacobs just checked in the game as Osborne and Dowling will get a breather.
Well, that might, maybe Dowling that with her ankle, that might be it for her tonight to make sure that she's kind of healthy. Is like I said, they're going to go to Griswold or host Griswold next Tuesday. That's a game that I think they can kind of get back on the winning track, Nick.
Far side, Caden Payne with it after Williams goes 1 for 2 at the line. And then she is called for a foul against Gabby Jacobs. And that is going to be a 1-and-1 as East Mills puts Sidney in the bonus there, Brian.
Yeah, this game started really fast. It was 5-6 quick points by the Wolverines and some mistakes by the Cowgirls, and it just kind of got away in a hurry. 15-3 at the end of 1, and Sidney just never got any kind of continuity, Nick. They just couldn't get shots. They couldn't get the perimeter game going, and the balls were tough to get the ball into the post of Caden Payne, and the Wolverines were able to cash in some baskets. Of course, Emma Williams kind of dominated, and like I said, they're going to feel pretty good about, it's third place, but it's still a win, Nick, and you win in your home gym. That's always a bonus.
Yeah, absolutely, and it's a confidence boost moving forward as the postseason looms. Just under 4 weeks left in the regular season. Maya Urban out top gets it to Mia Goodman after Gabby Jacobs went 2 for 2 at the line. It's 46-16, a 30-point lead, and then a steal underneath the basket as Caden Payne comes away with it. 5:15 to go in the game. 30 points is the advantage here for East Mills. Is it any defensive clinic and an offensive nightmare here for Sidney? Far side. This is Camden Hayes with it, and her pass is knocked away. And now we get another substitution as Sadie Thompson is going to check into the game. Emily Hutt will have a seat, so Ashley Smith slowly bringing her seniors out.
And Aspen Krause taking a well-deserved rest. Nice job for her tonight for the Wolverines.
Thompson feeds it outside to Annika Hayes. Under 5 to go in this game. Hayes drives, spin around. Nice move in the lane. Couldn't finish, though. Gets her own board. Still can't finish. Payne gets the offensive board. Still can't finish. And the rebound finally ends up in the hands of Maya Urban. Now up ahead. Feet underneath. Emily Williams was right there for the pass.
Nice pass by Goodman right there. Just kind of flicked it right to her. And Williams.
24 to match her number.
Yeah, I bet she's got a double-double. What do you think? She's got double-digit rebounds.
And probably close to double-digit steals, Brian.
Yeah, that's true. Triple-double there.
She might have the triple-double. Of course, no official stats up here. Don't really have the manpower to keep tracks of steals and rebounds.
In a game like this, the official's whistle tends to get a little bit more silent, doesn't it?
4:07 left in this game as Goodman and Maya Urban will take a breather. Aspen Krause comes back in along with Kylie Barrett for East Mills. 48-16 the score. East Mills in full control. Here's Caden Payne working underneath, and she just traveled.
I think she just stepped on somebody's foot and just kind of went down, and as you mentioned, rolled it over. But that's been kind of the night right there. The Wolverines try to make a move, Nick, and it just kind of unravels, doesn't it?
Aspen Krause brings it across the timeline for East Mills, gets it to Kendra Lawman. And then the feet underneath, and Aspen Krause is fouled.
She just kind of hangs around that backside of that basket, and she's got good hands. She catches those passes, and maybe her and the brother, I bet they've had a little battle of horse on the playground or on the driveway. What do you think?
If there was ever a term for just a straight-up bucket getter, I would say Mason Krause is probably kind of the dictionary definition. That kid can score from just about anywhere on the floor.
Yeah, a variety of ways, too, whether
with
it be
just about anyone around him. He is one of the premier players in Class 1A, and he's shown that in his senior campaign. Of course, you'll see him tomorrow night. Ethan Hewitt will be in Griswold for the boys' Corner Conference Championship game as Aspen Krause goes 1 for 2 at the line there. And feed out to the far side for Avery Dowling. Sidney probably kind of just counting down the seconds here. Get out of this building. Feed underneath to Camden Hayes is out of bounds.
Emily Hutt had the right idea, and Hayes just, again, not on the same page right there. The freshman girl, Camden Hayes, coming in. Wasn't ready for that pass.
Feed in the high post to Williams. Skip pass over to Lawman. Wide open look from the baseline for 2, no good. And the rebound goes to Barrett, and she's fouled underneath the basket by Emily Hutt.
Kind of an awkward ball, but Barrett got her hands on the rebound, and Hutt was there. It'll just be out of bounds. We've only had a couple one-on-ones. Been a pretty clean game for the most part, Nick.
It really has. 3:21 left in the game. Lawman tried to draw contact, had it knocked away from herself.
I think Avery got a block by her
of Avery
chin,
Dowling.
I think. She's like, I think I blocked that with my chin. But whatever, works. Still stay with the Wolverines, though.
Barrett to inbound, gets it into Williams at the far side corner.
Coach Marino's going to now clear the bench and get some girls out. This is where you don't want an ankle injury or anything like that, Nick, and the game's been well decided.
It's not really clearing the bench, though. It's Urban, Thornburg, and Goodman ready to come back in as Williams is going to take a 2-point J. That's just off the mark. Rebound to Aspen Krause, puts it on the floor, puts it back up, can't get it to go, and then her second putback was blocked out of bounds off of Sidney. So East Mills is going to keep the starters out there as Emily Williams and Kylie Barrett and Kendra Lawman will take a break. So, pardon me, Loicy Palmer will take a break. So now it's Urban, Krause, Lawman, Thornburg, and Goodman as Lawman just had that one pickpocketed there by Ava Osborne. So now Sidney with it the other way. 2:45 to go in the fourth quarter. Osborne an open look for 3. That's short. Rebound goes to Aspen Krause. Now Krause will push the pace here. Pulls it back out. Gets it back to Lawman. Now on the near side, Jenna Thornburg steps inside the line. Pump fake, feed underneath. Nice pass, but blocked away there. Aspen Krause.
Yeah, nice block by Caden Payne.
Swatted by Caden Payne.
Whether it be volleyball or basketball, she's pretty proficient at doing both.
Of course, Sidney was a fantastic volleyball team this past season as Caden Payne was just fouled from behind by Maya Urban.
She just saw that ball just hanging above Caden Payne's head, and I think she could have just took it off her hand, but she swatted at it. And you swat, even if it's clean, what's the official probably going to call? A foul.
So now
it just looked worse than it really was, probably.
Ruby Hasty's going to check into the game for East Mills as Lawman will take a seat. It's going to be a win for the Wolverines, up 33 here with 2:12 to go, and pretty impressive performance here, Brian. And this is a team that, they may not have a great record. They're going to be 10-4 after this game, but this is a team that I would not want to see in the tournament with the experience and the age that they have.
And you get into one-game scenario. All you got to do is win one game, Nick, and somebody's off, foul trouble. This is the team that's got the star power and experience to pull the upset.
Feed underneath to Payne after the missed shot from East Mills. Payne can't get the turnaround jumper to go, and the rebound goes to Aspen Krause. With 1:43 left. Now here's Hasty. She drives. She puts it up. Can't get it to go. That shot was halfway down, but she drew the foul.
Tough angle. I didn't even think she was going to get to the rim, and it almost went in there.
It was almost an and one there for the freshman off the bench. Could not quite get that bucket to fall, but she'll head to the line for 2 shots here with 1:38 to go.
Nice crowd filling in tonight. Love representation. You know, these conference tournaments, they're just so steeped in traditions. And, you know, it's cold outside on a January night here, mid-January, and no better place to be. East Mills hosting this one. Of course, you mentioned Griswold, the boys, tomorrow night. And the Fremont Mills girls and Stanton girls anxiously awaiting their chance to get out and see if they can hoist. Fremont Mills would love nothing to stop that run of 3 championships and prevent the Vikings from winning 4 in a row.
And we will have that game for you right here on KMA-FM 99.1. About 20 minutes after this one concludes. Looking at about a 7:35 start time if I had to guess. As a couple different turnovers there coming off the free throws, and then a foul called on Maya Urban in the midcourt as Avery Dowling draws it, and she will head to the line for 2. And the whistles have suddenly gotten abundant here in the final 2 minutes of a 30-point game. And we're going to get a mass substitution here for both teams. Benches are cleared. And a standing ovation for the Wolverines, who will take 3rd place in this corner conference tournament. Next up for them will be a home game against Stanton Tuesday.
At Stanton.
That's not what I have, but
okay.
I'll take it. I'll take your word for it. Meanwhile, Griswold will travel to Sidney. That'll be Sidney's next game.
Yeah, that Stanton game next Tuesday, that, like I said, that's got some implications beyond just the conference. Of course, I'm impressed with some of the opponents that Stanton and Fremont Mills. Stanton will East Mills, and then they got a game with Cam Thursday. And then Fremont Mills go to Bedford, and then a really good Woodbine team in which Derek and I will be calling that game next Thursday here, and in Fremont Mills. That's a boy-girl game, and those 2 teams from Woodbine, Nick, they're pretty salty, aren't they?
They are. Especially, the girls ranked number 5 in Class 1A at the moment.
Yeah, I don't think they've lost or undefeated right now.
13-0 as we stand right now.
So you love when teams kind of step outside your schedule some tougher opponents, because you always want to know where are we measuring stick-wise, because tournaments really it's a one game scenario. You know, all you got to do is, this is like you see in the NFL. All you got to do is win 1 game and you advance, right?
Yeah.
You know, it's not in the NBA. You're not playing hockey or basketball where you got to win a best of 5 or a best of 7, like those sports. It's just the drama that we like.
Up top, Gabby Jacobs with it, had it knocked away.
I think both teams have been in a scoring drought for about the last 4 minutes, haven't we?
Well, we've had about 8 fouls called in the last 2.5 minutes of this game, and it's still a 33-point game.
It was 43-14 to end of 3, so it's a 6-2 quarter.
With a lot of free throws. As these teams just continue to turn it over and knock it out of bounds. 30 seconds left. East Mills is going to win this game. It's just a matter of what the final score will be. And Brian, you've coached girls basketball in the past. You suffer a loss like this if you're Sidney. What's next?
Well, good point is you're at the season still where you load it up and you say, we got a game. We got a game next Tuesday. We're going to play Griswold. We can right the ship, get get back doing some things we do, execute, get a W, and then we'll go from there. If it's a tournament and your season's over, it's a little different. But that's always a nice thing about mid-season, Nick, is pull it back together and let's go to work.
10 seconds left in this one. East Mills is going to dribble it out, and they will take home 3rd place in the corner conference here on their home court. Domination for the Wolverines here in the 3rd place game. 49-16, your final score. East Mills officially finishes 3rd place in the corner conference tournament. And Brian, you got 30 seconds for me. What's your kind of overall thoughts on how this game panned out?
They started fast. They got 5 quick points. Emily Williams dominated both ends. She got 24 points tonight. But Maya Urban stepped up. Mia Goodman, Aspen Krause, all the girls that you'd expect did that. Pretty good job by Maya Urban defending. Avery Dowling really kept them out the loop. So congratulations to the Wolverines. They bounced back with a tough loss last night. We claimed 3rd place. Good work for Coach Marino and staff.
So the final score again, 49-16. East Mills finishes 3rd place in the corner conference tournament. We will have the championship game for you right here on KMA-FM 99.1 and the KMAX stream. Stanton, Fremont Mills for all the marbles in the corner conference girls basketball tournament. We will step aside for about 15-20 minutes, and we'll be back with the 2nd installment of this championship doubleheader here on KMAFM 99.1 Clarinda, Shenandoah. Don't go away.
At PCSB, we believe in helping our customers and our community grow, and service is how we do it. This is about making banking better.
A little beat up. Haven't really been full strength all year.
in his career thus far. I think they'd be getting 1 year of control, maybe 1.5 or 2, depending on when his Super 2 cutoff was that year in 2018. But, he had a 3.75 ERA last year. His expected ERA was 3.75, so kind of hit it right on the nose with where his final stat line ended and what his kind of expected skill level should have produced. But this is kind of one of those moves that, we're getting late in the game, off-season wise, and there are teams that wanted to do more. And just for one reason or another missed out on their pitchers. So now is kind of crunch time, and now is when we do kind of see those final trade deals come into play.
Many businesses talk about service, but at Rogers Pharmacy, it's not just talk, setting them apart from the big box stores. They're a full-service pharmacy where you can not only fill prescriptions, but they also carry an impressive line of medical equipment to meet all of your needs. So whether you need oxygen,